who are doing the taping, and they're a little late now in the taping. So he may be a little bit late coming out here. Ali is anywhere from a 7 to 9 to 5 choice, whereas Frazier, if you recall, was a 6 to 5 choice in their first fight, March 8, 1971, here in the Garden. Since then, Ali has fought 13 times, lost a split 12-round decision to Ken Norton. Frazier has fought only twice and was dethroned by George Foreman in Jamaica a year ago. And Joe was knocked down 6 times in less than 2 rounds.
Van, the weights are very interesting. You know, they did an unusual thing. They had the weigh-in yesterday for the main event. Normally the weigh-in is held the day of the fight. And
ladies and gentlemen,
wait a second, Joe's got some announcements. I'll tell you about this later.
Meet some of the fistic celebrities who are here tonight. First, 2 of the greatest featherweight champions who ever graced the 126-pound throne, Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler. Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler.
Gee, you remember those fellas because you described a lot of their fights during those 1,500 fights you've covered.
They were great fighters, Van. Very great.
Will everyone be good enough to take a seat?
You know, the man in the ring now is Tony Perez, who is going to referee the main event. That's Tony Perez. He will referee the main event. That's
a well-kept secret, too. Tony Perez is the referee. The third man, Arthur McConty, you may recall, was the referee in the first fight, and they're trying to get Sandy Sadler into the ring right now.
And 5-time welterweight and middleweight
This place is just jammed with celebrities. George Allen, the head coach of the Washington Redskins, who's a great fight fan, is sitting over to our right. And everywhere you look.
Here's Sandy Sadler, Van, former great featherweight champion. He's now in the Hall of Fame. And there's Willie Pep with him, the will-o'-the-wisp from Hartford, Connecticut. They both look good. They were great.
Here's Emil Griffith.
Emil Griffith, many times welterweight and middleweight champion.
5 times a champion.
These young men are sartorially resplendent, Van.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's, if I was a fashion reporter, he's very resplendent in green with a fur collar.
Also, a former world middleweight champion, Rocky Graziano.
Here comes Rocky. Preceding him is Joey Giardello, former middleweight champion. These were real good fighters,
Here's
Van.
Joey Giardello, here's Rocky Graziano.
Giardello and Graziano, they never fought each other.
And 2 former light heavyweight champions are in the house. Willie Pastrana from New Orleans and Jose Torres.
Willie Pastrana, the will-o'-the-wisp from New Orleans, former light heavyweight champion, is coming in.
Loge number 15, want him to stand up, come up if he will. One of the most popular champions in the history of the game, Floyd Patterson.
Here's Willie Pastrana shaking hands. Is Floyd Patterson here? He told me he was going to be over in Europe, Van.
I don't think we'll see George Foreman. We were talking to him yesterday at the weigh-in, and he did come to the weigh-in and did appear on television, but I asked him if he would be here tonight, and he says, I don't believe I'll be there.
For heavyweight championship honors, comes from California, has shown himself to great advantages in a number of bouts. He's ranked number 3 among the heavyweights. Here he is, Ken Norton. Ken Norton.
Ken Norton coming in. He's getting a mixed reception, Van. Some of them don't like him, I guess, because he beat Ali once and lost to Ali another time.
Up, Ken.
Ken Norton is supposed to fight George Foreman for the title. They're talking about a match. I haven't seen him yet, Van.
We're waiting for Ken Norton, if possible.
Here's Patterson.
Here's Floyd Patterson. Coming in on the right-hand side of the ring. Floyd Patterson always gets the greatest hand here.
What a tremendously popular fighter he is. He looks good, too, doesn't he, Don?
Oh, he looks wonderful. He's a nice guy.
Here's Kenny Norton.
Here he is, Ken Norton, and he gets that much-awaited shot at the heavyweight championship of the world. And he broke Ali's jaw, and he won a decision over Ali, and then turned right around and lost Ali in the second fight.
Last in the introductions, he's the boss of the game today from California. Here is George Foreman.
He did make it. He did make it. George Foreman. Listen to the
He's not too popular here either. He certainly deserves better than that. He's a fine champion.
He certainly is, Don. We were in Mexico City covering the Olympic Games when he won the gold medal.
Right.
Defeating the Russian, and I'm sure you recall when he waved the little American flag and captured the hearts
Here
of
comes
fight
George.
fans. Here he
big.
is.
Was he 6'4"?
Here's the head man, the heavyweight champion of the world, George
Hey, he's
Foreman.
dressed, isn't he?
So now let's give
What a big
hand
man
to
he
them
is. 6'4".
in the order that they're standing from left to right.
Before he beat
Here's
Joe Frazier in
Floyd Patterson,
Jamaica.
former champion. Here's Joey Giardello. Here's Willie Pastrano. Here's Willie Pep. Here's
Joe
Rocky
Bostic running down the list of fighters
Here's
in the ring. I
Sandy
just started
Sandler.
to say,
Here's
before he
Eno
beat
Griffith
Joe
and
Frazier,
Kenny Norton
his
and
trainers
the
took him up in
champion,
the
of course,
mountains and worked on that heavy
Joe
bag so he could punch down. And punch down he did on Joe Frazier.
Van, I just got the official attendance. 20,000, not 19,000, 20,748, a gross gate of $1,053,688. How about that?
That's just Madison Square Garden alone, Don. And
Oh.
it's standing room only here at Madison Square Garden, and the tickets top priced at $100, but we're going on the outside for much more than that.
Van, I started to talk about the weights before. At the weigh-in, which was yesterday, Frazier came in at 209 pounds, which is 3.5 pounds heavier than he was for the first fight with Ali. He was 205.5 that time. And Muhammad Ali, who weighed 215 in the first fight, got off 3 pounds to come in at 212 pounds yesterday. Now, it's interesting to note that Frazier, who was 205.5 when he beat Ali on decision, ballooned up to 214 when he was knocked out by George Foreman last year. Now he's gotten down to 209, which I think is a lot more respectable, Van.
You know, one thing that concerns me, you know, Ali, and we were mentioning that earlier, his legs are more important than his hands, which are said to be all right. He's never been, as you know, much of a knockout puncher, and of his 31 knockout victims, Cleveland Williams, as I recall, was about the only fighter where he really was a tiger. That 3.5-year layoff can do a lot for the legs, take a lot away from them. And I've noticed that although he proclaims that he will dance all night, he seems to fight more with a flat-footed shuffle after a few rounds, and that's going to be interesting to see tonight. Frazier's always the aggressor. Here's the referee, Tony Perez.
Van, most of the big fights here in New York have been refereed by Arthur McCanty, if you notice. And there is talk that one of the camps didn't want Mercanti for this fight, and Tony Perez is the referee, but I've got to dispute that in my own feeling. I don't think the New York Commission could be dominated or would be dominated by either of the fighters and would make their own selection as the referee. Now, Tony Perez in his own right is a fine referee, and the fact is that Arthur McCanty did referee the previous fight when Frazier won, and his vote, of course, part of the unanimous vote for Frazier. But I think they just wanted to give Tony Perez a well-deserved chance here tonight.
Well, as you recall, Mercanti did vote in favor of Joe Frazier. I believe, if memory serves me, it was 8-6-1, his vote in the fight, and that...
His vote was the closest. His was 8-6-1, one was 9-6, and one was way out, 11-4,
right,
all for Frazier.
I don't think there's any question in the so-called experts who cover the fights about the genuine dislike that Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali have for each other.
I hear Muhammad Ali's on his way out of the dressing room, Van.
You'll know it, won't you?
We're approaching the moment of decision here at Madison Square Garden for Super Fight 2. Muhammad Ali is supposedly on his way into the garden. I don't know yet, Van, what corner he's going to take. We're in a neutral corner, right under the announcer, Joe Bostic. Van and I are right below Joe there. The referee is in a far neutral corner, and the fighters will occupy the other two corners, one on the left and one on the right. Muhammad Ali on his way in.
I don't think the crowd has noticed it yet. Now they're just beginning to pick him up.
Here he comes.
Don, you've covered 33 heavyweight championship fights. Have you found any more excitement in the previous 33, although this is not even a championship fight?
Well, it certainly feels like one, Van, and there's no question that the winner of this fight will go on to a title shot. Here comes Muhammad Ali.
He's already dancing before he gets to the ring, and what a tremendous following he has, and he's a great showman. And you might call him a great press agent. He's being preceded now by Angelo Dundee, who is a great trainer and has handled Muhammad Ali since he started. And here's Drew Brown coming in, and listen to this crowd at Madison Square Garden in New York.
We're waiting for Joe Frazier now.
As I mentioned a moment ago, Don, they were a little late in taping Joe Frazier, and that's the reason. It could be, too, he's trying to make Muhammad wait a little. You figure that might be some strategy?
Well, I don't think anybody can psych Muhammad out of anything, but he in turn has psyched a lot of people out. And he certainly did try to psych out Joe Frazier for this one. He got him upset the other day. But we'll know in a few minutes. Here comes Joe Frazier, Smoking Joe.
Frazier wearing the hood.
That's right. He'll operate in the corner to our left. Muhammad Ali is to our right. They are both in the same corners they were in the last time, Van. I just remember. Frazier was to our left and Ali to our right. There's Joe Frazier.
Ali's getting a combination of cheers and boos. Now, Yancey Durham, who was so great and who handled Joe Frazier and brought him from that slaughterhouse in Philadelphia to the heavyweight championship of the world, is no longer with him.
Joe Frazier gets a chance to prove tonight what he thought he proved 3 years ago, that he's a better fighter than Muhammad Ali. Although Smokin' Joe won the decision in that brawl, many, including Ali, remained unconvinced. So Joe wants to prove it for good tonight, and then he wants a return match with the only man ever to beat him, champion George Foreman. But tonight, the Popular X-champion has to answer questions. Was the Foreman bout an off night, or did the historic fight with Ali take too much out of him? Now the moment is at hand for Frazier, who at 5'11.5" again gives away 3.5 inches in height and 6.5 inches in reach to Muhammad Ali. Joe was born in Beaufort, South Carolina, January 12, 1944. Now lives in Philadelphia. He's won 30 of his 31 fights with 25 knockouts. You're looking at the man many consider the most spectacular athlete of all time, Muhammad Ali. If Ali is not the most spectacular, at least he's the most controversial. Yet, he's the greatest ticket seller of them all. Muhammad Ali was born Cassius Clay in Louisville, Kentucky, January 17, 1942. Now lives in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Winner of the heavyweight championship 10 years ago, stripped of the crown, reinstated, outpointed by Frazier for the title 3 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we ask firstly that everyone take a seat, because everyone else wants to enjoy this great bout. Please take your seats so that everyone can enjoy the bout. This all-important heavyweight elimination bout this evening, coming to you from the world's most famous sports arena, Madison Square Garden in New York, is under the supervision of the New York State Athletic Commission. All three of the commissioners are present this evening. The chairman, Mr. Edwin B. Dooley. The co-commissioners are Messrs. Ken Sherwood and Manuel Gonzalez. The New York State Athletic Commission, under whose auspices this bout is being presented. And now, this is the headline event on this evening's boxing program from Madison Square Garden in New York. The distance is 12 rounds. The officials whom the New York State Athletic Commission has assigned here for this bout are as follows. The judges are Jack Gordon and Tony Castellano. The timekeeper is Freddie Abbiatello. The counting for the knockdowns at the bell is Jimmy Devlin. And now, the principals in this headline event for the evening, coming from Philadelphia at 209 pounds even. He's wearing white trunks, former world's heavyweight champion, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
A tremendous hand for Joe.
John, does he look a little tense to you more than the last fight?
Louisville,
About the
Kentucky,
same, I'd say, Van.
at 212 pounds even. He's wearing white trunks also. Wearing white trunks, former world's heavyweight champion also, Mr. Muhammad Ali. 12 rounds each event. And now our referee is here to give the instructions, Mr. Tony Perez.
Let's pick this up.
Here before, and you are familiar with the rules of the New State Commission. Here are some of the most important ones. If you score knockdowns, you must go to the farthest neutral corner and stay there until I tell you to come out. The mandatory 8 count is on effect. 3 knockdowns in any round will end the fight right there. Now 40 seconds. Angelo, Eddie, if a fighter is on the floor and the bell rings, the bell will not save anybody from being knocked out. The fighter must get up by himself. Please stay away from the ring. The only exception is the last round, which means the fight is over. Any questions?
I'd like to know what you're going to know about wrestling, punching.
I'll enforce the rules.
Okay.
I enforce the rules.
I want you to be sure of the hip punches he throws and the low blows.
I enforce the rules.
Very good.
Good luck to check
They
out
were
the
the
good luck to us.
respective managers talking. First Eddie Futch for Frazier, then Angelo Dundee for Ali.
We're waiting for the bell for round one, and there it is, and here's Don Dumpy.
Thank you, Van Patrick. Smokin' Joe pouring in. He will try not to let Ali have too much of the ring. He'll try to cut him off. Both boys a little bit tense. Frazier's coming in wide open, wide open. The alley shuffle brought the crowd laughing. Ali making the clinch. It's been a good round so far for Ali. Frazier finally gets into the body. Tony Perez gets him apart. Less than a minute to go. Frazier taking a lot of headshots. The round almost over.
There's the bell. That's the end of round one. And Ali gave it the famous chuckle at the end of the round and goes back to his corner.
There's the corner of Joe Frazier. In with him, facing head on, is manager Eddie Futch. On the left-hand side, Milt Bailey. And the other man, Dr. John Thompson. Now, Joe Frazier took an awful lot of headshots in that round, and we wonder how that's going to affect him later on. He rarely hit Ali, who had a tremendous round. He got in a few body shots, but not enough to prove valuable. The first round unquestionably went to Muhammad Ali.
You notice Eddie Futch is talking to Joe Frazier. Now they're going over to Ali's corner. And Don, he's fighting, it seems to me, a different type of fight than the first fight with Joe Frazier.
Well, he's more like the old Ali, moving around. In the corner, Drew Brown, Walter Youngblood, and of course his manager, Angelo Dundee. He's coming up to round two.
Loaded with confidence too, isn't he?
Oh yes, that's the old Muhammad Ali before the previous Frazier fight. Frazier is smiling. Good left hook by Frazier. I doubt if there'll be any clowning in the corner by Muhammad Ali tonight as there was the last time. Now, Ali is starting to miss, and Joe is countering him. Frazier smiling, talks to Ali. Tremendous left hook. Ali is dominating the fight. The question is if Frazier can hold up under this punishment and Ali slows down. Frazier always a slow starter. I never remember him winning the first round of an important bout, but he won plenty of others. Oh, he got in there. Ali came right back. Joe was wobbled. The referee thought the bell rang. The referee didn't. There was about 10 seconds left to go. The referee thought he heard the bell. The bell had not rung. There's the bell.
I started to look around. I couldn't figure what happened, and Ali had Frazier in trouble. He had him in trouble right above us here, and the referee, Tony Perez, thought the bell had clanged and sent the fighters to their corners.
Well, Tony pulled a gaff there. He thought the bell had rung, and the commissioner, Joe Siaka, is going over. Here's a replay.
Let's have a look at it again, and there is a tremendous left hook, which is the best blow of the fight landed by Joe Frazier, but then Ali came right back. And he had Frazier in trouble when the referee moved in and sent the fighters to their corner. We're looking at Muhammad Ali right now. He's still bristling with confidence, and he looks like the Ali of old. But the one thing that Frazier will have to do, if he can withstand this punishment, is slow Ali down somehow. We're coming up to round 3. There's the buzzer, and Ali goes into his shuffle. Here's Frazier, and here's Don.
There's the bell. Frazier forcing the action. Ali setting himself to try for a knockout. They're putting everything into this. Ali is going to try for a knockout here. He thought he had Joe in trouble. Frazier taking a lot of headshots all through the fight. Ali misses a lot. No question about it. These are great fighters. See the old Muhammad Ali now. 2 minutes left in the round. Frazier can't seem to untrack himself. If Ali tires, Frazier could get him in trouble. Frazier coming on now. Almost a replica of the first fight. Ali is missing a lot now and getting gun shy. A minute to go in the round. Ali making the clinch. Frazier coming back after a bad 2 rounds. Frazier has landed some hard body shots. That's what he wants to do. There's the bell ending round 3.
Frazier came back, as you pointed out, Don. He's a slow starter, but he came back in that round, and Muhammad Ali was a little more cautious. And Frazier continued to land those body blows, and he got that good left hook. I noticed, too, that Joe is using his right hand more in this fight than the one 3 years ago here in the Garden when he won the decision from Muhammad Ali. And Ali is fighting a little bit of a different fight himself.
And Ali is using his right hand very well, and there was question about it being hurt. Apparently it's not.
Both of the physical examinations showed these fighters to be in top-notch condition, but you begin to wonder again how long they can keep up this tremendous pace. Somebody's got to tire soon. It's been a great fight up to now.
We're coming up to round 4. It is scheduled for 12, and plenty of excitement at old Madison Square Garden. I must point out that most of the clinches are made by Muhammad Ali. It is he who breaks off the action.
Wait for that trumpet cop. Go back dancing. Keep dancing. Keep dancing. Don't get anxious. Back into it.
Ali doing the holding.
No start, no talking.
It is scheduled for 12 rounds. This is round 4, a minute gone in round 4. 12-round bout. So if Ali's got the spring in his legs, he might keep dancing all night. One of those jabs landed. They're just above us. Tony Perez gets them apart. Ali seems in much better shape than he was 3 years ago. Much better. He's got the old bounce in his legs. Aggressiveness counts in New York State, and Frazier is the aggressor, even though Ali may be scoring the more punches. 30 seconds left in this round. Frazier's still smiling. Ending round 4.
Don, I think 2 prominent items have been borne out here. The fact that Ali's hand is all right. There was some concern about Joe Frazier's head. The last fight 3 years ago that he sustained, but he seemingly is all right. As you mentioned, he was smiling a moment ago, and a little earlier, he was talking to Muhammad Ali. There's no question they don't like each other. But I think Frazier's gaining confidence now, and he's coming on strong after the first 2 rounds. Rough sailing for him.
There's a thought that maybe Frazier sat down a little hard that time, Van, but I think it was because his corner took so long to get the stool in the ring. Somebody goofed over there. That stool should be in there almost at the bell.
There's the buzzer again. Both fighters to their feet. And we're ready to go now with round 5.
Muhammad Ali, round 5. It's a 12-round bout. Once again, Ali takes the lead early in the round. Ali has been dropping his gloves a little bit, and that's dangerous because Joe Frazier has the fastest left hook in the business. Ali may have been hurt. Ali may have been hurt. 2 minutes left in this round. Round 5 of 12.
Hold him to the traffic cop car. Hold him to the traffic cop car. Float like a butterfly.
Frazier couldn't get set there, even though he had Ali on the ropes.
Hey, box, tap, box.
Frazier getting a little puffy around the right eye. A minute to go in this round.
Stick him while you dead.
Solid shot by Ali. Wild by Frazier. Half a minute to go in the round. Frazier saw the opening, but he couldn't follow through. The bell ending round 5.
Ali seems to be tiring a little bit. And Joe Frazier has been the aggressor. Under the New York rules and scoring, aggression means a lot. Pride is perhaps the greatest single factor in this fight. And they're talking over there to Joe Frazier.
They're applying an ice pack on his forehead. I don't see any particular swelling on the forehead. They're putting it below the right eye, which I said was looking a little puffy. And Joe spits a little blood.
He seems to be gaining confidence, though, with each round, and Mohammed, as we mentioned, is slowing down a little bit, and you've got to give a tremendous amount of credit to Frazier after his rocky 2 rounds at the beginning, that he has come back and come back strong. And I think now Ali has a lot more respect. And there's the buzzer. And here we go with round 6.
Coming up to the halfway mark of this 12-round bout between these two great ex-champions. Some of those punches were blocked, partially. Ali keeping Frazier off balance, leading into the punch. They're trading. 2 minutes left in this round.
Wait for the traffic.
The old Ali jab. Ali's outscoring Frazier about 4-1. Frazier hitting a little bit the harder. Dance. A minute to go in this round. didn't land. They did. Ali is outsmarting Frazier.
There's the bell and the end of round 6. Ali using that left jab very effectively. Let's have a look now at the slow-mo of that 1-2 combination, the left and the right, as thrown by Muhammad Ali. He's keeping Frazier off balance. But Frazier keeps boring. There's the left, and here's the right that comes in. And both of them land beautifully as he utilized the 1-2 combination. But Frazier just doesn't slow down or back up. He just keeps boring in with every round.
Yes, but Van, I think he's pretty well falling behind in rounds won and lost. If Frazier is going to make a move, unless he knocks out Ali, he's got to make that move starting now. He can't afford to give any more rounds away.
Eddie Futch over there, who took the place of the late Yancey Durham. He's not one of the more publicized trainers, but he does a magnificent job and has great respect and has done a great job with Frazier.
Round 7, it is scheduled for 12. Biggest punch of the fight by Frazier. Frazier's getting to Ali. This is as good as the last fight. Frazier is grunting as he throws those punches in. Tony Perez gets them apart. Ali is not clowning in the clinches as he did in the first fight. This has been a good round for Frazier on punching. Frazier's left hook, unquestionably his best punch. Ali with a half headlock. Frazier talks to Ali. Half a minute to go in the round. Perez is talking to Ali about something, I don't know what. A good double hook by Frazier. There's the bell.
That's by far the best round for Joe Frazier. He landed 2 good, solid left hooks. And we're going to have a look.
Frazier went back to the corner smiling.
All right, let's have a look now at Joe Frazier. Well, that's a solid left hook. He comes in with a right hand. And you'll see another great left by Frazier. His best round of the fight. And he went back to his corner just bristling with confidence. Now let's watch it again. as he tries to set him up for that left hook, which is Frazier's best punch, and there it is. That landed solidly right on the right side of the jaw of Muhammad Ali. A good round for Joe Frazier. Frazier to his feet, and Dr. Thompson there, giving him his mouthpiece, the buzzer, and here's Don.
Coming up to round 8, Joe Frazier turned the fight around a little bit in the last round. It's a 12-round bout. Ali opening fast again. Oh! Good thing for Ali that missed. There isn't any question, as Van said, that Ali is respecting Frazier a lot more now. Frazier has come on tremendously. Ali is doing the holding. Ali doing the holding. Big body shot. Ali looks a little bit arm weary for the first time. Round almost over.
There's the bell, and they have to pry them apart. They don't want to go back to their corners. Here's Muhammad Ali going back to his corner. And there's no question that Frazier stung him with that good right hand. And those two hard left hands in the previous round. There's the right hand that caught Ali, and it rocked him right back on his heels. He seemed a little arm weary. He might have punched himself out quite a bit. He has slowed down as we got set for round 9, but that blow that landed just before the bell took its toll on Muhammad Ali, and Angelo Dundee is working feverishly over Muhammad and talking to him. He doesn't seem to be in any deep trouble. He just seems to me to have tired a bit, Don.
I thought his arms were a little tired in the last round.
Look at Frazier. He's really excited now. He can feel that he has a real shot.
There's the bell. A double start in that round. Frazier is so confident at this point. Round 9 of a 12-rounder. Ali's arms are tired. Ali coming back. Now Frazier is getting careless, and Ali is putt-shotting him. Half the round over. Ali's face is getting puffy. Ali is bleeding from the nostrils. I'm not sure it's the left or the right side. Could be both. Less than a minute to go in the round. Now it's a battle for survival. Big punches by Ali there.
There's a bell, and once more, Tony Perez has to get between them. Let's go back to Ali's corner. And Drew Brown over there congratulating him on the round. He did come back. I don't believe he has the steam in his punches that he had earlier. He was a little arm weary, but he did come back in that round. But you can't take anything away from Frazier as we get set to go into round 10. He keeps boring in. He did land that left hand again. Ali apparently asked Angelo Dundee about the round coming up, Don, and he took a look himself to be sure that the scoreboard says round 10. But it's going to be a tough one to judge right now because Frazier came on in those middle rounds. And I want to tell you, the last 3 rounds of this fight is going to have a lot to do with the decision if it goes that far, Don.
That's right, Van. We have the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Round 10. Frazier is not grinning now, and he may have hurt Ali again. Frazier getting puffy around the eyes, below them, and there's a welt below his right eye. This bout, I must say, has been fought at an amazing pace for heavyweights, unquestionably, faster than the last one. There's a spot or two of blood on the white trunks of Muhammad Ali, his blood from his nose. That was a grazing left. Ali short with those jabs. Frazier's teeing off. Frazier's new strategy is the right to the body and followed by the left to the head. A minute to go in the round. Round almost over. Right at the bell.
Frazier landed that left hand again. Now Muhammad Ali is bleeding from the nose and Joe Frazier is bleeding from the mouth. And they're applying the ice pack on the head of Joe Frazier. Very warm here in Madison Square Garden. As we mentioned earlier, it was some 55 degrees outside. We had a rain as we came into the garden tonight. We're coming up to round 11, and these are important rounds. Angelo Dundee working on Muhammad Ali.
No knockdowns, as you know, no knockdowns yet.
I think they're both aware, Don, that these two rounds right now could tell the story in this fight.
There's the bell. Round 11 of a 12-rounder. That's the first time in any round that Frazier got in the first good punch. Ali has been doing the holding, making the clinches. Under New York scoring, the bout could end in a draw. Ali opening up. Crazy, wild. A minute to go in round 11. So far, a good round for Ali. It was in round 11 the last time that Frazier staggered Ali. Round almost over, round 11 of a 12-rounder.
Well, the crowd loves it, and it's just been amazing to me that two heavyweights can punch it out the way they have for 11 rounds. They are superbly conditioned, and with round 12 coming up, Don, a lot depends right here. We're looking at Joe Frazier. Joe seems to be in good condition. He's not hurt. Muhammad Ali doesn't appear to be hurt. And they can just pull out all the stops right here as we come up to this final round. And the judges are going to have a tough time in this one. Tony Castellani and Jack Gordon, and of course the referee, Tony Perez. There's the 10-second buzzer. And we're getting ready to go now into the final round at Madison Square Garden. Frazier's already out there. Now they shake hands, and here is Don.
There's no tomorrow, only tonight. This is the last round. Half the round is over. They're in Frazier's corner. Now Ali seems a little more tired. A minute to go in the fight, 1 minute. There's the countdown. What a finish! The Garden is bedlam. There will be no knockout, no knockout. It's almost over. There it is.
It's all over. And judges Tony Castellani, Jack Gordon, and referee Tony Perez will have their work cut out for them. The New York police surrounding the ring. You're looking at Joe Frazier. Both these athletes in superb condition, and they look like it could go another 5 or 6 rounds easily. The great fight, reminiscent of the first fight. And Don is getting into the ring, and we'll be getting the announcement on the winner. And as Don mentioned a moment ago, of course, there can be a draw in this fight. So we'll just have to wait. Millions all over the world who are looking in, and we hope you've enjoyed the fight as much as we have. trying to keep the people back out of the ring, and they're climbing practically all over us here at ringside at Madison Square Garden. Don is into the ring. A sellout crowd of more than 21,000 here at Madison Square Garden. Breaking records. And a good fight between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. And you can hear the chant in the background. Ali, as his followers, will believe that he has won this fight. And any question about his hand or his legs were dispelled in this fight tonight. At 32 years of age, a remarkable, superbly conditioned athlete. And Joe Frazier, who is 2 years his junior at 30 and the former heavyweight champion of the world, came back himself after the first 2 rounds were very rough for him. But he came back and took everything that Ali had to offer and was very much in this fight. They're climbing all over the ring here at Madison Square Garden and trying to get into the ring.
Oh, you want to get over here?
They're totaling up now the points. You can almost feel the electricity while we await. Watch the wires here. They're almost kicking the wires over. The ring, they have just about as many on the ring apron now. Well, there went the plugs. There went the plugs, man.
Come on, fella, let's go, huh? This is a zoo. Yeah.
So I hope that the wiring is still with us, because they were climbing all over us here, trying to get into the ring. We're looking now at Muhammad Ali, who has a little bit of a concerned expression on his face, as you can see. There's Drew Brown walking around. And the police trying to keep the ring clear as possible. And that's not a very easy job. Try to get a look at Frazier. There's the brother of Muhammad Ali, Raymond. You can see the blood there on the face of Muhammad Ali, who took some real shots in the fight. There's no question. We're still waiting for the decision, and that, of course, the delay will give you the idea that it's got to be a closely scored fight. It's just possible we could have a third Muhammad Ali-Joe Frazier fight. Everybody in the garden is standing. Now let's see if we can get Joe Bostic.
We're waiting for the decision.
We're still
No
waiting.
decision until the ring is clear.
And they have announced they will not render the decision until the ring has been cleared. Joe Bostic, you can spot him in the middle of everybody, and the New York's finest, trying to clear the ring.
Please clear the ring for the benefit of the fans, the spectators who have paid their way in.
I just hope they don't rip the equipment out here. Even the writers are on their feet here, and they're from all over the world covering this fight here in New York's Madison Square Garden.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here is the decision.
may I have your attention, please? Here is your decision.
Here's the
The
decision.
winner by unanimous decision is Muhammad Ali.
There it is, the winner by unanimous decision, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
He landed the most punches.
Muhammad
Don
Ali.
is trying to get to Muhammad Ali.
Where's the unanimous
We have a
decision?
monitor up in the ring, and maybe we can rerun some of
I'm
the
going to
fight
try
for
to
you,
get
but this
Muhammad
ring is
Ali
a
over
pity.
here.
Go ahead,
He's the
Don.
winner. He reverses the defeat of 3 years ago. Let me through here, please. Let me through here. Let me through up.
You can see Ali is trying to get to Dumpy.
Muhammad, I want to congratulate you. Don't do anything, Muhammad. Muhammad, will you turn to our camera over here, please? I want to ask you about the fight. First, I want to congratulate you.
That face I didn't recognize. Don got near him, and I think they just sort of pushed him away there. This is the one thing they said would not happen, that they would have this ring blocked off. We don't have that as we wait here as Don tries to get to Muhammad Ali. We're just waiting to see if we can contact Don again up there. Super Fight 2 was a presentation of Top Rank Incorporated. Produced by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, the Forum Boxing Incorporated, and Top Rank Incorporated. Executive producer was Mike Mallitz. The telecast was coordinated by Jack Price. Produced by Chet Forty. Directed by Lou Volpicelli. Technical director Vern Hendrickson. Technical supervisor was Mort Romanoff.